Hi, this is Christina with Treasure Books of Georgia, and I'm here with my 26th journal to do a flip through. A little bit of housekeeping. She's 9 inches long, 6.5 inches wide, with a 3-inch spine. There are 3 signatures. They've been sewn in with a combination of glass and ceramic beads, which I think are so pretty. The front, or the cover actually, of the journal is from Tim Holtz palette program. I'm not quite sure which one this is, but I'll find out and put it in the description. But here is the front, and this is just printed on muslin and then a little bit of lace below. And I kept the back plain because the material is just so gorgeous. Love it. She is fluffy, but she opens nice and flat. So let's get started. Again, as I mentioned, there are 3 signatures, and each one of the signatures is what I like to do, enclosed in a craft cardstock folder. And this is embossed with copper embossing powder, and it says hugs. Here in the beginning, we have, this is very similar to the front digital, just a different version of it, made into a little card. And you've got a little snippet down here that says imagination. And then we've got adventure. And most of the colors in the journal are purple, little purples and blacks to kind of match the cover. But there's other colors also. Plenty of places to journal, and lots of beautiful dyed paper. Some of this it started out as kind of bluish purple, and you'll see as it progresses some of the colors, as this came out quite dark, but very pretty. And you can see where I put a stencil here. It's a little hard to see, but and then we've got a couple pieces of ephemera in this little circle pocket. And I dyed this lace just different colors to kind of pick up the pinks and purples in this particular paper. And then we have a little small journal here, a little pocket. I did some stamping on some vellum, and there's a couple pieces of ephemera in there, and a little snippet that says believe. And then I just took, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know the storage cabinet that my mother-in-law had, and in it was some very old scrapbooking paper, and this is what this particular piece is. And then just other pieces here that you can journal with. And I think in the back, yes, there's a little pocket and some ephemera back there, and just kept right in that little lace pocket. And then a little charm that hooked on the end of that lace. I didn't want to cut any of it off. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous digitals. More journaling space here. And here we have authentic. This is I guess this is made out to the Home Improvement Company from 1954 for $365, and it was paid, which is nice. A couple pieces of ephemera here so you can journal on, and then a little snippet here. It says believe in yourself. And this I got this material from a thrift store, and I'll probably be making a journal out of it, but I thought it matched this particular page very nicely. So I love mixed media. This is on packing paper, which I have dyed, I'm sorry, not dyed, but done wax on. And then a whole bunch of mixed media. And then I just love the colors, and it just turned out perfect. Purples and pinks. Of course, butterflies, which I love. A little waterfall cards here that you can journal on. And I just stamped the whole thing, and I thought it kind of came together nicely. And a little bit of dyed lace. More of that lace from the previous couple pages here. And I love stuff out of the Bella Grace magazine. And this is one of those pages. And then you've got writing space on the back. But it says, be kind to all the past versions of you. They are the soul in which you now bloom. I just love that. I think that's just perfect. That goes back into here, which I'll put back in a second. You've got a little hidden paper clip here, which I learned to do this week, so that was fun, and a little snippet that says opportunity, and more of that paper that's just dyed so beautifully. A little bit of mixed media here, and the pocket's full of all kinds of fun stuff. And then I left this blank, which is hard for me for journaling. This is on a piece of tracing paper, and I've done some embossing on it, so it's got some really good texture and just some regular stamping. This is a journaling card that fits inside these little photo corners that you can pull out and journal on. A little snippet that says happy. This is a copy of a delinquent tax notice. The interest was 87 cents, and this is from 1932, and there's some places back there you can journal on, but this was one of the things that I found in that storage area. And a little bit of Lindy's sprays here, and a little snippet that says peace, and lots of sari silk down each of the sides here. More journaling there. And the center is printed on thick vellum. Look at the beautiful purples and blues, butterflies. Just love that. More journaling here, and blank page here, journaling. And then the other part of that tracing paper, again, where I have stamped on it, and you can see kind of the shiny stuff where I've added some embossing powder. Another hidden paper clip, and then just a little stamp, made a little pocket there. This is original from 1934 envelope to Life Insurance of New York, and I've actually added the actual page in here. I think the policy was $17 in 1932, and then just a little tag here. It says motivation. And again, this is the original envelope, and I just did some stamping on the back and added that little tag in there. And more of the dark colors that I did. It's so pretty. This is on watercolor paper, just some sprays. So you can actually, if you want to, kind of watercolor over that. Little snippet that says laugh. Handmade especially for you, and some blue and purple colors. Look at that. That's so pretty. Some journaling space here, and then the other part of that packaging paper with more of the mixed media. Just a couple pieces, that little tag and a piece of ephemera in this little circle. Digital. I just love the trees, the blue and purple, kind of that dusky, at dusk, what you would see. I think it's so pretty. And more pink. And then you've got a little journaling card here, a little snippet that says joy with some black lace. And this is original, and I think this was, oh my gosh, I saw this. 1942 calendar, and that's original. And then a little bit of purples and greens for dragonfly, and then a little holder here with a little card, and again the beautiful dyed paper. And this where I put a stencil on there. I think you can see that, the butterfly. Journaling there, and again our little dragonfly where you can stencil or write on the back of that. And that brings us to the end of signature 1. It says smile. Signature 2 is grateful. Little journaling card here and here, and again made copies of what's similar to the print on the front. A little snippet that says laugh. Journaling here, a little card with some collage on there, and it says rise, and you can also journal on that. And this was from an old tablecloth, I believe, and it's got beads and lace, and a little snippet that says courage. And here is our another little journaling book, and this again was with embossing powder and just different pieces of paper there for a little journaling, small mini journal. And here, this is probably my favorite page, which I really like, but this is with some washi tape, and then I cut it basically from the same one, and then just created this little area here, and then the other piece is up here in this little pocket, and it has a little snippet down here that says smile. I don't know why, I think that's so pretty. Here's an original birthday card, and this one is, I want to say from here it is, 1910 original card, and this fits in that little pocket. And again, more packing paper, more mixed media. Here, a couple of cards here. A little snippet says willpower and perfectly imperfect, which explains, I think, helps us explain doing junk journals. You have a little belly band here. It says dream, and I believe there are 2 cards or 2 tags here. Match there, and again, more of that purple woods. Journaling space here. A little card, journaling card here. It says joy, and this again is full of all kinds of fun stuff. And a little corner here, and I took these from different parts of the same digital and turned them into cards. And you've got a little snippet here that says positivity. Here's the other part of our tracing paper, and you can see here the stencil when I was dyeing these papers. It's kind of cool. Journaling here, and again, more of the stencil. And this is just plain material down this side. Here, I believe this is handmade paper, which I think is such a pretty color. And this is an original tax levy. This was from 1952. That goes right in there. And this is a little material pocket where I did some stamping there and then just created this card that goes right in this little, almost like one of those quilting rolls that I put a bunch of scraps together, and I really like how it came out. Here's some of the lace that my friend from India sent me. And more of the dragonflies, kind of a dragonfly journal here, and a little card that fits right inside there. And then this is original, I want to say this is 1910, the 1910, 1912. And I added some glossy accents on there just to give it a little bit more sparkle. This is Happy New Year, but it matched our purple theme. And this is the just beautiful lace down the side. This came out really well, the stenciling. I have to remember how to do that because I really like that. And then this is just an old, I think it was a pillowcase that I dyed and put together here to make a band, and then just a couple pieces of ephemera. A little card, little butterfly thing that says friends. And then this is just from leftover material and a little journaling card there. This is the center. I just love that. I think it's so pretty. It's printed on thick vellum. Another piece of original ephemera, and I believe this is 1912. And I just like the colors. I think that matched our journal really well. And again, just an old sheet that I did some stamping on. And then a little charm that says fearless. Other part of that stenciling. Some places to journal. Beautiful. I love this lace. I think it's so pretty. Just a little journaling card here with some faux pearls down at the bottom. Some journaling space here. I love that. Then the other part of our tracing paper. And this was just some extra material, and I turned it into a card, or I'm sorry, into a pocket. Now we've got some stenciling coming through there, and then a little journaling card in the corner there. Here, this is from a Magnolia magazine. Is there something in your own rearview mirror worth going back for? And I just printed it on this purple paper, and then there's places to journal on the back, and that just goes right in here. Really pretty piece of cardstock. Journaling here, lots of places to journal in this one. I used some material and made this pocket in there. Oops, there's a little, couple of little tags, a little snippet that says contentment, and I believe this is original, Montgomery Wards, which I don't think there are around anymore, and this is from 1963. I don't know what they bought, but it was at Montgomery Wards, and that goes right in there. A little snippet that says love. Here's the other part of our packing material. And also from Wards, 1963. I don't know what Fred bought there. And then you've got a little journaling card. More plain places for you to add whatever you would like. More journaling space here. And I love this little card. Again, I took from a digital and made several you know, cut several places from it and made it a bunch of journaling cards. And then you've got a really pretty glass bead. And that is at the end of our second signature. Last signature starts off, be happy. And this is a postcard, I believe, 1996, but I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. And I added it in here. I got this from my garden and pressed it, dried it, and then laminated it and made it into a band. A little tag that says compassion. And some more dyed lace to kind of pick up the colors, the blue colors there. And I think this is just a plain, yes, just a plain paper for journaling on the, you know, front and back, whichever you'd like. A couple places. These are like little things that you would find in the woods or hope to find in the woods. And I created several little cards in each one of these pockets. A little snippet that says memories and a little corner pocket. And I believe I did, oh no, it's not this one. There's another one where I did some stenciling. I'll find it here in just a second, but that goes right in there. This is from a journaling book from 1952, just a blank page. And then we've got another small little mini journal here. It's just clipped here so you can take that out. And this is hard to see, but that actually says Daisy Meadows on it from a piece of material that I used. And I just thought it was really kind of cool. So I left it as a belly band. And then you've got a journaling card in there. And then this is not real, but I like it. Postcard. I must have gotten it. I'm probably from Paperology. And then a little band there. Little butterfly tag, a little corner with a little button, or not a button, I'm sorry, with a piece of lace button. This, Steve Madden, as you can read it, but it was nice and thick and I really liked it. So I sprayed it with Lindy's and then turned it into a journaling card. Thought it kind of cool. And then you've got another, this was resined little charm here, and more journaling space there. I stamped on vellum there and then did some dyeing. And then you've got this, I believe this is from a Bella magazine. And I'll hold it there just for a second so you can read it. But I just love it. I just think it's so pretty. And you can journal on that. That goes right in there. This is printed on thick vellum, but I just think it's so pretty. Picks up the purples here and the little snippet that says versatile. And a couple of lavender journaling cards here. And another original piece of ephemera. And it doesn't have a date on these, but most of these are from the 1910, 1912 time frame. And it doesn't have a stamp on it, so I'm not sure it went anywhere. But it's got the purples. I thought that was really pretty. With this is a 3D embossed piece of vellum. This is just watercolor paper, so you can add colors to it if you want, turn it into a card if you want, you know, play with the colors. But I think it's really pretty, so I've just left it kind of blank in this little corner pocket and a little snippet that says notes. Did some, I believe, just did some foiling. That's what this is. Ooh, it's very holographic, nice. A little snippet that says curiosity. And a couple pieces of ephemera here, a little pocket. This is from one of Tim Holtz materials. And this, again, another piece of official, or vintage, I'm sorry, vintage, what am I trying to say, card, which I just thought was really pretty. A couple of pieces, cards here. And our center is right here with purple butterflies, butterfly and flowers, botanicals. Oh, I thought that was really pretty. Here, held together with some black lace. She's not available today. The wildflowers has summoned her and asked her out to play. That is so pretty. And that goes right in here. And it held together with this little wooden button. And we're almost at the end. Just a little bit more. A little pocket made out of material. Never give up. And this, we are gatherers, the ones who pick up stones and sticks and stones and old wasp nests. I thought this was the perfect thing for people like us that love junk journals and love creating junk journals. So that goes right in there. And a little card or a pocket, envelope, boy, my brain, that I just did some embossing on, and all kinds of little goodies in there, some cards. Oh, here's the one I was just telling you about. I did some mixed media on that one, and those go right in there, and you can journal on the backs of those. And then there's a card, a couple pieces of ephemera held here, and of course purple, which matches our journal. Just a little card, a couple of cards that you can journal on that's held together in that little heart. The other part of our blue butterfly, some journaling here and here. And my favorite saying, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the number of moments that take our breath away. And then there's a place for you to journal on the back. And never give up. Oh, a little card that I took, a really pretty piece of, I don't know if it's lace or what exactly that is. But anyways, it's just a little cover there. I thought that was pretty. You can journal on the back of that. And the little corner that says, a little snippet that says, breathtaking. Just a little, this is a Tim Holtz butterfly. Just put that right there in the corner. And at the end, and we've got three journaling cards there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. This is, I can't say thank you enough. And this will be in my Etsy shop. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye.